Your boy Russell Westbrook, did you get a chance to catch that situation when he cussed up the fan?
Yeah, but I heard they said something to him first, and he got fined. So a couple of people was actually spoken out of Ray Felton spoke about him. He was like, when is the league going to protect us? They can just say whatever they want to us, and we can't say nothing back.
Russell Westbrook was playing against Utah. A fan said, allegedly, get on your knee like you used to. Mm-hmm. Russell yelled back at the fan and said, I'll F you up, you and your wife. Mm-hmm. Because apparently the wife said it too. Like after the man said it, and the wife repeated it. And Russell said, he ain't playing that, you know what I mean? And he can do it again. He would do it because he felt like that was an unnecessary threat. And he said every time he come to Utah, he got to have that. Mm-hmm. And they dug up some old tweets of the dude, and apparently the dude been saying stuff about Russell on his Twitter all the time. Now the guy, his response was, I said you need to ice up your knees. And my wife, just agreed. So he shouldn't have threatened me in this. And so it became an argument of you can't threaten a woman also too. But my thing is, when somebody say something past a certain line, especially comes something racial, I'm not seeing gender. I'm just not seeing gender. And I'm
seeing
not
red. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like I'm not. Like, you already in Utah, bro. You already in Utah. You already in Utah.
Salt Lake City. A lot of salty motherfuckers.
Yeah, you already in Utah, man. You know what I mean? You surrounded by all that vanilla venom. You know what I mean? Just going off on you. You know what I mean? All that mayonnaise just going off on you, saying the most racial stuff that you just can't take.
Already in Utah.
Yeah, you just don't care, man. So with him, I remember when my cousin, when we were in school, man, I was at the one school I went to one school that was majority white one time, man, for a short period of time. And I remember walking past, I was skipping class. You weren't supposed to. I was walking past, and my cousin was in the classroom, and he was arguing with this white girl, man. I remember she was like, F you monkey nigger. And he slapped her. He slapped her. I mean, she did a whole 360 and fell out. Like, boosh. You know what I mean? And he got suspended for it or whatever, and she had, like, the red mark on her face and everything. And I remember, man, I told that story for years, and I finally told that, to a friend of mine not too long ago. It was a woman, and she was like, so he smacked a woman, and you feel good about that? I was like, no, I ain't feel good about it. I was like, she called him a nigger, yo. I was like, I never stopped to think that she was and mind you, it's weird because I've seen men slap women. I thought that was wrong. But in that incident right there, I never thought that was wrong because my cousin went home to his mother who was like, yeah, you should slap that bitch. You know what I'm saying? My mom, my aunties, they all were like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because she called you a nigger. You know what I'm saying? And so when I say that when it comes to Russell Westbrook, everyone was like, he shouldn't have threatened a woman. But I'm like, if she said something racial to him, when you think about all the things, little messages and everything that we've learned and everything, especially in today's climate, of people feeling like they can just leap out there, the MAGA hats. Nah, you say that to me, I'm like, I'm going Tupac. F you and everybody that's with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not thinking that you, and I'm not saying Russell, I do think
as
if
a company, a crew, a record label.
Right. Now, look, it ain't never right for a man to put his hands on a woman. Like, I look back in hindsight, my cousin was a little bit wrong. I'm just not getting to the point where I can say a little bit.
She was a lot of wrong.
She was a lot of wrong. I'm just not getting to the point where I can say that.
He was a little bit wrong. She was a lot wrong.
I get that it was wrong. Like, I get that. But I'm not at the point where I can say that about when somebody verbally. Like, yeah. I'm not at that point yet, because if you say something racial to me, you're a white woman or you're a white man, I'm seeing y'all as one. So I'm not at the point where I can say, oh, I'm supposed to I shouldn't have threatened her because she's a woman. No, she was a white woman who said something slavish to me. And that's how my mind is quick to react. And I can only imagine what Russell has to deal with, because if you think about it, the NBA is the only sport where the fans can really touch you. What other sport do we have where the fans can really get that close to you and touch you?
They right there.
They right there. He just had to have a conversation to a parent about the son tapping him, because the last thing you want to do in the heat of the moment, 10 seconds left on the clock, your son tapping a basketball player, he might, hit him or something like that just off instinct. So, I mean, the NBA, nobody gets close to them than no other sport.
And we all know what happened in Detroit.
Hey, listen, first of all, that wasn't first of all, that was the Palace. That wasn't Detroit. All right, we need to get that wasn't the city of Detroit. That was actually in the Palace, which is 45 minutes outside the city. But you know what? Detroit Pistons play inside the city now. So that was actually in the city. That'd be a little bit different. It'd be quicker, actually. Might be with some shots. But to your point, though, what happened in the Palace is real, though. I mean, and there was another incident when that guy was playing basketball, and I can't remember his name right now, that NBA player, and he looked up and he saw that man standing over his wife and kid. And so he stopped in the middle of the game and ran up there to see what was going on, and he got fined for that. I remember you had older players like Bill Walters and them saying, no, you're supposed to let security handle that, but That's that man's wife and kid, dog. I don't care about no NBA game. If I see a white man, over my wife and kid, what is that supposed to be? Get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, your instincts is gonna take over
Instantly, bro. That's just what it is.
It's on.
It's on. You know what I'm saying? You could be in the middle of something. It's on. You know what I mean? So to Russell Westbrook, I get it. You know what I mean? But then also go back and find out that this guy, had tweets where he's been planning this situation with Russell Westbrook in particular. And again, you're already in Utah, bro.
Salt Lake City.
It speaks for itself. Vanilla Venom speaks for itself. I'm sorry. It's just what it is, bro.